welcome to another episode of this podcast. We don't really have a name for it. So we thought about using low-key chat, but honestly, that just makes it harder to find us because people will Google Yugioh Podcast, and we don't have
You mean
Yu-Gi-Oh.
you mean we're not like the biggest stars on YouTube yet?
Exactly. Yeah, we can't use our name. We can throw around. We can be the official PewDiePie podcast. I don't know. You think that'll work?
I mean, we'll figure it out.
Yeah. So, anywho, my name is Brent. For those of you that have forgotten about me,
And
this is
I'm
my
John.
buddy John. Yeah.
I can introduce myself, Brent.
Well, I just thought it'd be nice.
Oh my
Yo,
god.
don't you hate that whenever you if you ever go to any like event ever with a friend and they don't introduce you, it's just so awkward.
Any event?
Yeah, like I don't know. You ever go places with people?
Yeah, I mean, it's just weird to call it an event. I don't know. But yeah, I hear what you're saying. It's really annoying.
Yeah. All right, guys. So let's get into this delicious Yu-Gi-Oh talk. We're a week late on the ban list. We had something prepared, but it didn't end up working out. So we had to go nada.
Yeah, but new ban list. I mean, okay to say the least.
Yeah. So I mean,
overall.
let's not go too deep into it. But John, just your quick thoughts on it.
I mean, the really important things were hit correctly.
Except for magicians.
Yeah, okay. I think that was a very correct hit. But don't even act like your deck isn't playable. If you guys have forgotten, Brent's a magician player, I'm a 60-card player. Hit both of us pretty hard in the nads. But I mean, do I like that grass is gone? No. But I mean, have I come to terms with it? Yeah. I'm still scared as hell of things that didn't get touched, such as anything with Invoked, anything with Trickstar, anything like that really. I don't know. I feel like the list was good for what everything that they did hit was good, but they could have hit more. And the list just wasn't big enough, honestly, in my opinion.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it hit the top decks, and it just kind of piddled around everything else.
Yeah. I mean, for the bans, honestly, every ban was good. I mean, did I want grass to get banned? Absolutely not. And, my biased opinion aside, probably a good ban for people who dislike 60-card decks. But every ban was justified, honestly. I think everything on the list was pretty justified. It was just the fact that they didn't do more that got at me a little bit. Other than that, I think some cool things happened. Dragoons to 3 is neat.
Yeah. Well, were you really expecting a full reset of the meta?
I mean, not full reset, but I thought that more stuff would be put in check. Either Droll Band or Reincarnation at 1, I think would have been a nice touch to this list.
Oh, I wish.
Because honestly, I think the biggest thing that did not happen on this list that should have happened was Scapegoat Band.
That's so true, yeah.
Honestly, that card is such a sack card right now.
Or at the very least one, like they did with Gofu.
But honestly, I'd rather have it at 3 than I would at 1, just because it's such a sack card at 1. It'd be the same as Max C or Snatch Steal or something like that. It would just become such a sack card, and whoever had it would just win. Not that every single deck plays it, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, definitely.
I think the card should be banned, honestly. The card's so dumb.
Has it ever, have you ever had any, big sacky experience, or you just don't play decks that use that card?
The only decks I've played that I've used it in are Invoked with certain builds and Altergeist.
No. I still think it's weird that you use an Altergeist, but
It's
I remember
so
one
good.
time at locals, there were 2 people playing Trickstars, and it was just so, back and forth. I mean, it's Trickstar versus Trickstar. What do you expect? But
yeah.
one of them activated Scapegoat, was in a great position, had the Borload or Saryuj or whatever it was that put him in a good position. And then on their end phase, after they dealt the link, the other person activated the Scapegoat, and just momentum just immediately turned around.
Yeah, because then you bore load, and then you bore load the bore load, and then you bore load something else. It's insane.
Exactly. You bore load their Lily Bell or not
Yeah,
Lily.
dude, bore load the Lily Bell. That's what we're doing.
Exactly. I mean, for the most part, this ban list was all right. I really think that they messed up a couple things. The biggest thing, other than Denglong, I guess, shout out to him.
Shout out to Denglong. It catches me by surprise every time.
Does it really?
Yeah, like you just bring it up out of nowhere, and I'm just like, aw. I'm so sad now. Jesus.
I really think they could have brought Construct back to 1.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. What the hell, man? I got 4 constructs waiting in my binder just to be released.
Exactly. The biggest thing that I see is a lot of people will say, "Oh, but it only destroys special summon things," and like that's fine. But on the other end of the spectrum, there are people who are like, "This will ruin the game. That turns us into a +12, and it's a searchable like light foolish burial, and it's so like, oh, sending lights to the grave is too strong."
I mean, no. Yeah. Honestly, in my opinion, like I don't think Construct. I think Construct's a strong card. Don't get me wrong, but like, look at the archetype you have to play in order to make Construct.
Yeah, flip monsters and a fusion.
Like Shadal's had their time, but they've been so beyond power crept. Like,
yeah,
I mean, they're good in theory, but like with all this like extra linking bullshit that we have now, like it's so. Like, the game has progressed way past when Shadalls were tier 1. So, like,
yeah,
I really think that Construct could come back to 1 and maybe even more than 1, and it wouldn't impact the meta greatly.
I mean, it would just make Dino Shadow decks better than they are. And then that's really it.
But, like, honestly, then they have to run, like, a light engine, which isn't, like, too bad or anything. But, like, Dinos don't really have, like... what's the word I'm looking for? Like, they don't have main deck light monsters that they naturally run besides... Isn't Ultimate Conductor Tyranno a light?
Yeah, I mean, but there's also hand traps.
I mean, yeah, but, like, if you're really sending a hand trap just to make Construct, I don't know. It just doesn't sound like the strongest play to me.
Yeah, I mean, I agree, but it's, like, it's still, like, it gives you a reason to run the 3 Ogre or 3 Veiler and always have at least some light in your deck.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean... I don't know. I would like to see it come back and see what it could do. But I really don't think that one card coming back, especially Construct, is really going to do much.
Yeah. So I wanted to take a look at these the ARG Hartford top 16 deck lists because they played under the new format.
Right.
And there's about, someone on Reddit said like 60 to 80-ish people that like showed up for, the tournament in that format. And so these results are like, it's kind of from a small event, but... it's still interesting to look at. So the top 16, John, here. We have 5 Goki Nightmare, 4 Altergeist, 3 Trickstar, 3 Spiral Nightmare, 1 Paleozoic Frog. Do you know who won the event?
Oh, damn. What did win? Was it Spiral?
No, it was the finals was Goki versus Trickstar, and Goki won.
Oh, I guess I'm glad that Goki won. Then.
I mean, that's probably why my Isoldes jumped up to like $16 a piece now.
It's 18. I just looked a little.
Is it 18?
Yeah, dude.
Jesus.
It jumped up. It was at 16 for a couple days though.
Wow, I pulled like 2 of those just from like topping locals.
I had one, but I traded it when it was like 7. I was like, I don't need it. Like, I mean, I don't really.
It's such a good generic link. I was just gonna use Intellers or something like that.
Intellers.
It's so good. Because you link away like your freaking Triver and like any other Teller Knight, and then Triver summon something from grave, and then boom, you just make another one, and you got the Triver loop all over.
Yeah. I mean,
Triver, Trevor, whatever.
Trevor.
Trevor. No,
Trevor.
it's Trevor.
It's just Trevor now. Well, that's stuck in my head.
Yeah, I mean it's better than TLQ Knight.
Oh God! Don't even get me started.
You know who you are.
Know who you are. Oh man.
So yeah, that's actually something I'm curious though. What was how was your last locals with 60 card?
I mean, last locals with 60 card. The only deck I got straight up beat by was Altergeist, and that was because I bricked. And I went X2.
Imagine that.
I went X2. Yeah, imagine that, right?
How many rounds was it?
Only 4, but
really? That's tiny.
Yeah, but like, there's a lot of people. They just like end after 4 because the shop closes. I don't know. They do stuff.
Oh,
Weird.
that is really weird.
But yeah, they kind of just play by their own rules because they don't give a fuck. But yeah, we only did 4, and I annihilated the 2 rounds that I won, like Swift 2-0s, and then the what was it? Against Altergeist, I bricked twice, so he Swift 2-0'd me, and then what was the other match? Oh yeah, so I took an L to Pendulum FTK because game 1, he wins the die roll. He chooses to go first. He has a really crappy hand, by the way. Like, he drew the Supreme Gate that you don't want to draw, the like 13 scale.
Oh yeah.
He drew that. Time Gaze, or is it Time Gazer, the level 3 dude?
Yeah, that's Time Gazer.
Time Gazer and Stargazer.
That's the worst.
He drew all 3 of those and still FTK'd me.
Wow. That's nuts.
I guess apparently his Electromite draw was like nuts. I don't even remember what it was. But yeah, he ended up FTKing me. And so we go to game 2. I go first. I obliterate him. Like, I made like the nut board. And then game 3, I sided in every hand trap that was at my disposal, which was a total of, I think, like 8 between my side and main. And didn't draw a single one of them, and I got FTK'd again.
That sucks.
So, like, yeah, a lot of interaction going on there. But
yeah, well, I mean, at least that deck's gone.
yeah, exactly. I mean, hell, Pendulum can still be a thing. I don't really care as long as FTKs are gone. FTKs were the thing that pissed me off most about this meta. Like,
yeah, it's just
this format sucked. I really didn't like it.
I like that Pendulum were good, but FTKs aren't no fun to play against. Like, whether it's that or Gem Knight, and just Masterpiece is just not a fun card.
Yeah, Masterpiece is fuck.
Yeah.
I'm glad that's gone. I really am. Like, I mean, one thing that still pisses me off, like, about that deck. I mean, Masterpiece gone definitely helps because like the deck is so much more breakable now. But Amano Awado still pisses me off, honestly.
Yeah, it's kind of a dumb card.
Oh, I hate it so much. It's like it really screwed me over at the last Altoona regional. Like, I got so screwed by Amano Awado. We went into time and I had game next turn and he top decks Amano Awado, and I'm like, oh my god, you gotta be shitting me. Like, I was so pissed. Like, just because he drew that one card, I lost the second game in time, and then we drew.
Oh, was that because you couldn't snow in their battle phase?
I couldn't snow him because he drew a mono Awado, and I had 2,000 life points.
I mean, but like, that's kind of fair. Like, snow is such a dumb card. Your deck plays so well in time.
But like, I mean, a mono Awado being the lockout card that it is, you can't tell me that that's more annoying than a mono Awado. Are you kidding me?
A mono Awado still is very annoying, but I mean, at the very least, now your deck can't pull its like silly time shenanigans with the new rules.
Yeah. Snow. It's sad. I think those new rules are so dumb.
I wish it would be until the end of the current battle phase, even like until the end of this turn's battle phase, so that people get at least time to do something.
Yeah, but like, still that screws over the player who's not turn player, because like, if you're turn player and you have game next turn but you're losing currently, like, it's like, okay, well, screw you. Like all the like effort and grinding you put into this game just doesn't matter. Like, the opponent gets away with the win just because you soul charged or something.
I saw somebody on Reddit the other day. They said, "Oh, I lost in the draw phase because their locals played by those new time rules." And so whenever they went to time, it was like his draw phase. He took 200 from Licorice, and then just, all right, that's it, end of game.
That's retarded.
Yeah, that's stupid, but
I think the new rules are so bad. Like,
yeah.
I really think that they're going to switch back fast after, like, Nationals, and they see how dumb it is. Like, I really don't see how they thought that was a good, like, way to solve going into time, like, things like that. It's just going to become such, like, a scumbag kind of thing, like, where people take long on purpose.
And see, that's the thing is, like, yeah, people could take long on purpose, but I don't know. I figure like Konami probably imagines, all right, time is time. You're gonna get like BS like either way or another. Either you figure it out in 5 turns or you figure it out in 0 turns. Like, all right, they just want their tournaments to go by faster.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely more for their convenience than it is the players, but I really just think that it's not a skilled way to resolve the match. Because, like, if your match is going into time, that means, like, you've actually had a decent grind game. Like, it's been back and forth. Because, like, if it's not back and forth and it's very one-sided, it shouldn't be going into time at all. So I really do think that it's just not a good way to solve the match when it's been going on for that long.
Yeah, I mean, I will certainly not miss going half an hour into time at locals.
That's true. Yeah, I definitely won't miss that either. But I don't know. As far as like the game is concerned, I think it's a dumb rule.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
But like back to the top 16 ARG, really interesting spread. I think like the nightmare decks are doing like even better than I would have imagined.
Really, you imagine that they would do worse?
Well, like I mean, not necessarily worse, but like they're like I'm talking about like before they even came out and like started to become a thing. Like I knew that they were going to be good and like really splashable, but I did not think that they would be like this much of the meta, because like I thought Paleo would have a higher representation. Trickstars is Trickstars. We saw no Invoked in the top 16, which I thought was interesting.
Oh, yeah, you're right about that actually.
And I also, I guess for some reason, I guess I don't really know why I thought this, but I thought that Spiral would get hit harder by Ancient Fairy Dragon being banned than they did.
No, I mean, Ancient Fairy Dragon's a good card, but I don't know. I could still see them being all right without
yeah,
it.
no, they're
Obviously, they are. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just the Nightmares are just so powerful. They're just very good combo cards, and the fact when they're all co-linked, like so many of them just become +1s.
Spiral has such a big edge, along with Nightmares being able to go first or second.
Yeah,
Like, it's really insane, actually. Like, because they have just about the best means of breaking boards in the entire meta. Like,
yeah.
they're really good.
I also really love the the one combo with double Helix or whatever. So you can open up your Spiral Resort and still be just fine.
Yeah, because you just shuffle it back with Unicorn.
Exactly. And then it's just it's so good.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool. I've been messing around with Spiral a little bit, just because I don't know if I want to play him or not. But when it comes to Nightmare decks, do you think that Ibli is a good card to play?
I think it's good as a one of, because I mean, it comes up sometimes where you just send one of your link twos for Mermaid, and then you just get the Ibli and kind of link it over to their side. Like if your deck can spam enough that you can sacrifice a link 2 and downgrade to like a link 1 and then just remake a link 2 with that Ibli, like it's so much worth it to just stop your opponent. That's why a lot of decks are just playing Underclock Taker. Like I'm playing in my Magicians just so if that ever happens to me, I can just normal something and make an Underclock to get out of that.
Yeah, I might have to add that to my I don't even know what to call it anymore.
Your 50 card.
On Yugioh Pro, I literally just have it named the deck.
The deck.
in all capitals, in all capital letters. I literally just have it named the deck because I know what it'll be. But
Yeah, I don't know. Do you remember the last time you activated Grass?
the last time I activated Grass, I activated it at locals twice.
Was that like the fondest memory that you look back on?
I mean, the best memory I've ever had was with Grass. Is there was this kid at the locals by you, and he was like playing Magicians and everything, and he wasn't bad like for his age. He was like a younger kid, and
Yeah.
he goes like full on nut like Electromite, Naruto, or no, it wasn't Naruto. It was Vortex plus Tornado Dragon,
Yeah.
and like full on nut board. He went like +9 or whatever.
The usual.
And he like resolved desires and everything. The kid has 14 cards in deck, and I go activate.
Oh
Activate,
no!
I was like, activate Gold Sark, banish the Spirit Master target Vortex. He's like, all right, Vortex negate, and I'm like, okay, left arm banish 4 cards from my hand, none of which were relevant,
Yeah.
and I searched Grass, and I grassed for 39.
That's disgusting. That's a whole deck.
Yeah, and I grasped for 39, and I killed him that turn. Like it was.
You don't say, huh?
Yeah, no chance. And
That's so disgusting.
that
Ugh.
felt so good.
I wish he had an Ash.
Oh, I wish he didn't.
That is the best thing, though, is like at the very least, we can stop saving our ashes for the grass.
Yeah, but then like the one power play I have is getting ashed.
That's fine. I mean, you have other plays. Your
No,
deck has
I can do stuff.
the deck is all right, and honestly, I don't know how you do it, but you open up that stupid plant more than I open up my hand traps.
Bro. I mean, there's 3 Ash and there's essentially 6 Scorpios in the deck, so the math is the math.
Yeah, I mean, soon enough though, we got the Veilers and the Impermanences.
I mean, true. But we'll figure that out.
Is your altar guys finished?
My altar guys are finished. Yep. They've been finished for a while now. I have yet to play them though. I'm probably going to play them tomorrow at a locals.
I honestly don't know if I want to play Altergeist or Magician this week.
Yeah. I mean, might as well give Altergeist a try. I haven't played it in tournament yet.
Oh, but just imagine the surprise when people come against me and they see I'm playing Magician.
True.
I mean, will anybody be surprised, though? I'm like the Magician player there.
I mean, yeah, people will be like, oh, yeah, you're still trying to play Magicians. I know it.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, that's fine. It's one thing I really want. I know it's like a brick card, but I just want to do it like the old school days. I want to throw Apex Avion in.
You should, dude. That'd be the total nut.
Oh, you remember the good old days?
Oh my God, the good old days of like just 2 extra negates that you have to deal with for no reason.
I did. I was so mad. There was one time I was playing at locals. My hand was beautiful. It was something like Purple Poison, Wisdom Eye, and 3 Apex Avion going first.
Jesus Christ.
I activate Scales, activate Wisdom Eye. I get ogred, and then that's just GG. It felt so bad.
That sucks.
That story did not have a happy ending.
I was going to say, I was just waiting for you to pendulum summon 3, and the opponent would just be like, well, that's game.
Nope, and it was against Spiral, so that was a GG.
Oh, yeah,
before the ban list.
Yeah, that's a GG. But
so, I don't know. So what do you think? I honestly think that a lot of people, so the ARG top 16, I think it is what it is, just because Draco is like everyone has like what's the word called, fatigue from playing Draco and Magicians for so long. I really think that they just want a fresh weekend without.
Yeah. Honestly, I like the new like top decks. I mean, I'll never like Trickstar, but I mean, like at least all the decks are like combo decks. I mean, like Spiral, Goki. I really have a lot of respect for those decks, honestly. Like,
yeah,
I feel like the meta actually takes a little bit of skill to play again. Like,
yeah, there's no more of the summon Masterpiece.
Yeah, I mean, True Draco was literally the biggest helmet deck. It's insane. Like the deck was just all like Masterpiece and Floodgates and just a bunch of bull. And
I mean, like you could tell the difference between a good Draco player and a bad Draco player, but their plays were so similar.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a matter of like knowing how to play around boards, but like you have to have that knowledge with any deck that you're going to play. So I don't call it a good Draco player, I just call it a good player with the Draco deck.
Yeah.
Like I think it's completely different. But I really do think that the meta takes a little bit of skill to play again. Like with the combo heavy decks, like I really don't mind a combo heavy format.
I mean, but I wouldn't call Altergeist a combo heavy deck.
Well, that's different. I'm talking mainly about the Nightmare decks. Because I think that will be like one of the more represented decks come Nationals.
Nightmares are just so good.
Yeah, they really are. Yeah, but honestly for Nationals, you're looking at Nightmare decks, Trickstar and Invoked, although they weren't touched, like I still see them as tier 1.5, tier 2.
Yeah.
Just because of their inability to keep up with like a lot of the power plays that are going on right now. Altergeist still be tier 1 still. That deck is so good. Like it's counterable definitely by certain cards, but like if you don't have those cards, the deck is very hard to out resource.
I mean, it has its one weakness is Red Reboot and FTK or OTK decks.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, if you're playing Fluffles and they activate anti-spell, you drop the Red Reboot, that's GG then and there.
Dude, if what's it called? If Altergeist runs into like Mermails main decking 3 Reboot, they will die.
Yeah, exactly.
They will die.
It has its weaknesses, but
yeah,
it
definitely has its weaknesses.
So it's either OTK decks or it's combo decks.
Yeah.
or Altergeist. I mean, it's like I said, it's just a diverse format. That's what I like. No more of this nonsense masterpiece.
It's diverse, honestly. Like, I think taking up tier 1 will be Nightmare, Spirals, and Gokis both. The new shit coming out, the Sky Strikers.
Yeah.
They'll be up there. I mean, just same as Zoo. Like, I don't think they'll be as good as Zoo, but I think that they're gonna be like the consistent deck that just does not brick, and just like real simple stuff, and like just pluses off pluses, and
Exactly. Yeah.
like they'll be a really solid pick, and I think that they will be tier 1, 1.5 at the worst.
Yeah. I
And
mean, if a deck can play a reusable pot of greed, like that's
yeah,
just like straight advantage.
it's just all advantage. But I think that like I don't think the deck is gonna be nearly as strong as Zoo was, because like
Well, yeah. It'll
'cause-
be just as splashable though.
it'll be just as splashable, but I don't think it'll be nearly as good because we don't have the what's it called, needle fiber, so like they can't
Yeah.
OTK or anything.
Yeah, they don't get that OTK.
Honestly, like they're just really not as strong as they are in OCG, but I think that they're splashable, but I don't see how like them being splashable is as abusable as like say Zoo. I'm gonna compare them to Zoo a lot just because that's what they make me think
Because
of.
yeah, the most recent tier 0 deck you can think of, freaking Spiral.
Well,
I
no,
guess-
not even that, but like the play style just makes me think of Zoo. Like it's simple,
Yeah.
out resourcing, searching, whatnot. But like they don't like put up a scary board. They just are consistent as hell.
Yeah, I'll agree with you here. That's true. That's kind of how like Burning Abyss was back in the day, back in like Duelist Alliance format.
Yeah,
Like you Dark Hole, they go +2.
exactly. But like, I really don't see how splashing them is as good as people think it is. Like,
Well, why? What do you think is bad about it, or not as good about it?
well, just like I mean, so you splash the like name a splashable engine for me, like ratios and everything.
So for Sky Strikers,
Yeah.
okay. So the engine, and I think this pertains to machine decks a lot. Things like Cyber Dragons and ABC like really like this a lot. You play 3 of the Engage, you play 2 of the Hornet, 2 to 3 of the Hornet, and you play 1 of the Monster Destroyer.
And then how many rays?
No Rays. You don't play Ray. You just play Kagari in the extra deck.
Okay.
So the whole reason behind it is you want to use your Engage to get to Hornet, Hornet to get a token to go into a Kagari. You know, pick your Engage back up from the grave. Use it. You can either use it again, or you can save it if you want to load your traps up and set it up for the Pot of Greed effect. And you search out the Monster Destroyer, so you have just a generic monster pop next turn, or that turn if you need it. And then Kagari is a machine, so if you summon like a Cyber Dragon or something, that's just a free body on board that doesn't take up a normal. And same thing with like ABC and stuff, with like Cleaford Genius or whatever. It helps to go into summon Sorceress or whatever you want to do.
Yeah. And does it have a down arrow?
No, it does not.
It's just an up arrow. So like that's the
Yeah.
thing. Like I mean, unless your deck has a lot of main deck power, I just don't see it. Like
But like that's still like that engine it's just at the very least it's a free token on board with like the possibility of, you know, drawing an
don't get me
extra
wrong,
card
it's
from
not,
that. Yeah.
It's not bad by any means. Like I'm not calling it bad. I just don't think that it's like this crazy engine that's like gonna bring up every single deck from wherever. You know?
Yeah, I mean it's just a simple +1 because you summon Kagari and you get back your spell from the grave and boom, you got +1 in a body on board.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess we'll see how it goes in decks. I could definitely see it being really good in the link spam decks, like the
Yeah.
Gokis and stuff.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like I use it in Cyber Dragons because you can just use it to get out an easy, you know, Cyber Dragon Zeger and just go from there.
Dude, speaking of Cyber Dragons, have you heard about people siding in 3 Cyber Dragon to deal, and then they have Mega Fleet in the extra deck to deal with nightmare boards, like extra link boards.
I
Like,
swear
then
like
you
there's a
just- you
Trickstar
just
player that
special it.
main deck 3 of those or something.
Dude, you just special Cyber Dragon and then just fuse into Mega Fleet. You just killed 2 of their monsters.
Yeah, if they extra link you.
Shit's lit
That's
as hell.
ridiculous.
But I thought that was really cute. I heard about that today.
I think my favorite random card is Iron Dragon Tiamaton.
Dude, that card is lit as hell.
It's such a fun card to play.
Oh my god. I thought about like just the things you could do with that card, and like with Mech Knights and everything. You just special it for free, and then they like can't use their extra monster zone unless they get around it.
Yeah, I mean, like TK got 5th playing at Omaha using that card, and it's so spicy. It's just
so spice.
But like the main thing that TK does, I think works really well. I thought it was such a meme at first. I was like, that's so stupid. But he plays Waking the Dragons, and it is like it's a dumb card, but once they realize he's playing Tiamat, they're gonna be pretty like, let's not let him get 3 cards in the same column, and like you just put pressure on, and then you pop it, and all of a sudden you got an Ultimate Falcon staring you down.
Dude, I love Waking the Dragon.
Oh, it's the cutest little synergy that worked for him, and he got 5th, like I said. So, congrats to him, you know.
It's amazing.
But it's such a fun card, and the thing is, you don't even it doesn't need to be someone in the column that has 3 cards. Like if your opponent has 1 card in any column, you normal your Alistair, search your invocation, set the invocation. That's 3 cards in a column, and you can special it wherever you want to destroy.
Yeah, and even like the synergy with the Mech Knights like is amazing, because like you're already getting 3 cards in the column to like play your deck. So like
exactly,
it's just another free body and putting them at a disadvantage.
And like I said, I still think Waking Dragons is such a silly card, but that is some like mind games you can play where you normal Alistair, search invocation, you set Waking the Dragons, make them think it's your invocation, and they'll cyclone it or whatever, and all of a sudden, boom, like I said, Ultimate Falcon.
Yeah, seriously.
So, I don't know. It's such a fun card. Like, I bet there are more optimal ways to play the deck, but it is just so fun.
Yeah, it's a more fun way in my opinion.
Have you taken a look at TK's list?
Yeah, I did.
It's just, I mean, it's your standard Mech Knight list. Like, you can't really go wrong there. He didn't play red for whatever reason, which I think is kind of odd.
I think it's more odd that he didn't play yellow. I think yellow's better right now.
Yeah.
With like,
but like either or. Yeah, you're right. With Altergeist now that spells and traps are relevant again.
Yeah, dude. Like, I don't know. I think yellow's better to tech than red in my opinion, but I think both of them are solid if you could justify playing either, I think.
There's just so many dang 2-ofs in this deck. Oh my word.
Are you looking at it right now?
Yeah, I don't like
You're
that.
like, oh, all these 2-ofs.
Oh my gosh, like 2 Valor, 2 Droll, 2 Ogre, 2 Iron Dragon, 2 Scapegoat, 2 Mind Control, 2 Knowledge, 2 Desires, 2 Invocation, 2 Evenly Matched. Like, wow, he just fit every card in the deck.
Yeah, good for him, man. I'm always like the dude who tries to justify playing like 44 cards because I can't cut anything.
Oh, yeah, that's the advice you gave me whenever I tried building 40-card Lightsworn, and then it ended up becoming like 45-card Lightsworn. It's like, at that point, I might as well just build a grass deck.
Yeah, seriously.
I really think you can
cut. Though.
I think you can cut the Lightsworn down to 40 and have it be okay.
Oh, you can. It's just like, I don't know. I prefer more like 45.
Yeah, well, there was the, you saw Team Sam whenever he was doing the I hate that word, YugiTuber tournament. And
YugiTube tournament.
It's just, YugiTube is such a, like, word. Like, I hate saying it around other people.
Shut up, because we're YugiTubers now.
Yeah, well, because I was talking to my friends who don't play Yu-Gi-Oh! And I'm like, yeah, there's these Yugi-tubers, and I'm like, oh, that's just a term. Like, it means, like, they do Yu-Gi-Oh! On YouTube. They're like, oh, I thought you just, like, misspoke or something. That's an actual thing?
That's a thing?
I've never felt more ashamed, and I never feel ashamed about this.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm going to be honest, the only time I felt worse was whenever I went to the movie theater, and I was like, oh, I'm going to go see the new Amy Schumer movie. I walked up, I said, hey, can I get a ticket to I Feel Pretty?
Dude, your first mistake was going to an Amy Schumer movie.
It was not as bad as I thought it would be.
Are you kidding me?
Wait. I mean, I thought it would be a 0-star movie. It was a 1-star movie. 1 out of 10.
How do you even give it 1 star out of 10?
Because, like, if you try enough times, you'll eventually succeed. If they throw 100 jokes at you, and one or two of those lands is actually funny.
Oh my god! Like, give me an example. Spoil it for me. I don't care. I'm never gonna see this fucking movie.
Spoiler alert for I Feel Pretty. There's this one part where she's like, so the premise is like she's Amy Schumer.
Yeah, she's
so
ugly.
she looks like Amy Schumer. Yeah.
So she's Amy Schumer, so she looks like Amy Schumer. Okay. Yeah. All right, I'm following you so far.
So the premise is that so she's insecure, and she hits her head and like gets knocked out, and she wakes up, she literally thinks she's in a new body. And
but
so
she's not.
she's full of confidence even though she's the same person.
Okay.
She like gets a boyfriend during this time because she's super confident. She goes on a date, and at this bar, she's like, you can see in the trailers, she does like this, like bikini contest, but it's just, yeah, it's Amy Schumer, so
that's pretty gross.
But like she's just like, oh yeah, all funny out there, and it's like really hard to tell you how like funny this was, but there was like a perfectly timed moment where like someone in the crowd yells, "Marry me!" and yeah,
I'm just laughing because you said it, but I mean,
yeah. So that's like the only part. Like that's one of like 2 or 3 jokes I think that like were actually funny and actually landed well. It's
God.
just I can't tell you. It's just perfectly timed.
How'd you pay money for that? Like that?
I didn't. Movie Pass. Buddy.
Oh, right. But like,
forget.
Oh my God, I just can't sit through Amy Schumer movies. I tried one of the last ones that she was in. It was one other one where she was like a complete. Was it
the one with LeBron? Trainwreck?
That was it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was literally about to say like the one where she looks like a complete train wreck, and then I was like, wait, isn't it
the movie's called Trainwreck.
Yeah, dude, fitting. But yeah, I like watched a little bit of that one and like kind of wanted to kill myself because that movie was freaking awful.
No, yeah, like I'm gonna be honest, like I saw the movie for free and I still felt ripped off. So
yeah, dude,
like it's Amy Schumer, man.
Dude, you just wasted 2 hours of your life or however long the movie was.
Yeah, you still haven't seen Infinity War, so we can't even talk about that.
Dude,
that's ridiculous.
It's but we're getting there.
Maybe you'll watch it next week.
Maybe next year or something.
Are you gonna watch Deadpool 2?
Deadpool 2, yes. I think we're going that.
Yes,
this week.
Are you kidding me? You already have plans for Deadpool 2, but not for Infinity War?
Dude, I go by my family's schedule, not mine.
Honestly, I forget that some people aren't as into these Marvel movies as I am. Because I talked to some of my friends, yeah.
I like them, but like I'm not like as crazy into them as most of my friends are. Like, yeah. I couldn't tell you like every single thing about the Marvel universe like you or Bryce or something.
Yeah, and it's like I didn't think I was that into it, but I realized I've seen all of them now. And I was talking to some of my friends, like, yeah, I haven't even seen Doctor Strange or, the first Avengers. And it's like, bruh.
Okay, that's a bruh moment. Cause like,
yeah, exactly.
Because like both of those movies are amazing. But no, I definitely need to see Infinity War. And I really want to. It's just like my family saw it without me. And then now I can't get them to go see it again. So.
Well, just go by yourself. Are you kidding me?
Bro, I hate going to movies by myself.
Dude, I do it all. Well, I actually don't do it all the time. I go with Cameron most of the time, but still.
Well, it's also not a half-hour drive to the movie theater.
Is it? Yeah. Jeez Louise.
Yeah,
oh, that's
dude.
right. You're on the island.
Waiting on the freaking boondocks.
Oh, yeah. By the way, everybody, so John and I are like, so he split up. He's gone for the summer. He's back.
Oh, my gosh.
John here lives on an island because he's super rich and wealthy. So
here we go.
One of the first world problems is they don't have movie theaters on the island. So
yeah, seriously.
Poor John.
I could have said something that like made me seem really rich, but like I don't want to say it.
Oh, say it. Yeah. No, how many boats do you have?
No, I'm not gonna say. Shut up.
How many servants do you have?
How many servants? We have
one
dogs.
from each country.
Yeah, dude. We have just whatever mood I'm feeling in. I call that servant.
Oh my goodness. But that's the nice thing about Movie Pass that I've had is that I can just see every movie I want, and you should get one.
I should get one, actually. How much does it cost?
It's $10 a month.
$10 a month? So you basically but every movie ticket's like $5 or whatever, right? Or a little bit more.
It's $8 a names.
$8 names? That's not bad.
Oop, I doxed myself. That's where I live.
Dude, fourth wall.
But yeah, no, it's $8. So you see a movie you see 1.2 movies and you're good to go.
Bam. Yeah, maybe we'll try it out. But so. Brent, the dying question that I have for you. Laurel or Yanny?
Laurel or Yanny? I'm going to be honest. I don't know this meme.
What?
Yeah.
You don't know this meme?
I've seen it on the internet.
Okay, well, we can't really talk about it in depth then. But for those of you who don't know, okay, you know what? I shouldn't say what because until a couple of days ago, I didn't know it either.
Exactly. That's how I feel about you not having seen Infinity War.
Okay, shut up. But I looked it up though, and you know when that the dress thing was going around where some people saw it as white and gold, and then the other people saw it as blue and black. It's basically the same thing, but it's with this sound frequency thing. And it's basically this voice saying something, and some people it's I think the statistic is like 53% of people hear the word laurel, and then 47% hear Yanny.
That's so weird.
It's like just one of those things that's like completely different depending on who you ask. But like I tried it and I heard laurel.
All right.
So,
all right, that makes a little bit sense.
So
now,
I guess look it up in your own time. But
because I saw a video the other day. It was like it was a mountain lion just yawning or something, and one of the top comments was like, "Oh, why is it saying Yanny?" And all right, now I get it.
Yeah, that's the meme I figured out this week. You know what the meme I don't understand, and I'm a little bit of ashamed to admit it. You know the ones like with the chick on the cell phone.
I explained a little bit better than
It's
that.
it's like photoshopped in, like all the videos that I've seen, or not even videos, just photos I've seen on Facebook and stuff. It's like just a random picture, and then there's like this like middle-aged woman on a cell phone, and she's like photoshopped in, and I don't know what meme that is.
Oh man, I don't know that meme either. I don't even know what you're talking about. So you're better caught up on meme culture than I am. I'm gonna be honest.
Dude, that's a first because usually I'm slow as balls.
Yeah.
You bring up something else. I'm gonna try to find it and then I'll get back to you on that.
All right, bring up. You want me to entertain it by myself?
No, I mean like talk to me, but like talk about something different.
All right, baby, I'll talk to you. I'll
All right,
talk to you real
to me,
nice.
bitch.
All right, John. So what do you think about Dark Saviors this week?
Dark Saviors this week.
Ooh.
I mean, not really looking for much out of it myself, but I definitely think it's going to be impactful considering Skyscraper.
Well, yeah, you think?
But dude, the real question is going to be, is fur hire going to be meta?
No, not even close. That's such a Duel Links archetype. Are you kidding me?
But it's fur hire.
It is. Oh, someone posted on Reddit that even the card text is like goofy. It's like yeah, you can choose one of your cards for hire instead of saying one of your for hire cards. They just reverse the words so that way, like you say, oh, grab this guy for hire, and it's goofy.
That's stupid.
Yeah, it's one of the top things on Reddit right now. What? Because it has the card text right here. It says if this card is special summon, you gain 500. Blah 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 blah. When your opponent activates a card effect, you can discard one card for hire, negate the activation.
That's so dumb.
That's disgusting.
Found it. Here, one second. Here, I'm gonna send you something, breaking the fourth wall a little bit. I'm gonna text you something, and you look at this.
All right.
All right.
But no, it's just for hire is such a disgusting name. Ooh, new message from little old Johnny here.
Dude, I found while we're thinking of while you're looking at that, I saw this thing on Facebook, and it says they gotta ban white women from Ancestry.com, and it says it's this picture of this white chick by a horse, and she has like this Indian or Native American headdress on, and it just says I'm 1/14th Cherokee. She's like next to a horse.
That's so dumb.
Oh my god, it's just funny because it's like they gotta ban white women from Ancestry.com. It's funny.
Wow.
You know who you are if you know who you are. Whose Facebook profile I'm looking at. If you're listening to this.
Yeah. No, I'm not seeing this.
Did you get the thing? That
I see Barack Obama, but what the heck is?
You don't see the like picture though?
No.
Here,
dude, just screenshot it. I don't know why you sent me a link when you could just send a photo of it.
Bruh, I'm using. Oh my god, I don't want to break.
Not
the wall.
using your brain. That's.
I don't want to break the fourth wall too much as to why that would mess things up here.
Oh
but
my goodness.
Here, I'll find it. Hang on.
Dude, there's no problem breaking any walls here.
Oh my god, hang on.
Man, I'm really excited for Dark Saviors though, just for the Foolish Burial Goods reprint. You know, I've been wanting to use that for Fluffles for a long time, and I can finally get it for cheap.
That card's cheap as hell.
It is probably, but I've never bought it. I've never invested. It's always been like a couple dollars, and it's a couple dollars I don't want to spend.
True.
So.
Oh my god. Here, I'm trying to. It really annoys me that I have to go to these.
Dude, I can't believe you even use Facebook. I'm one of those people that, I don't log on Facebook. I never get on there. I
Oh
don't
yeah.
get like what's entertaining about it. But I guess you might feel the same way about Reddit.
I mean, I really don't go on Reddit, but I think that what's it called? I think that Facebook is like it's one of my more favorite social medias, I guess. Like I don't use social media that much, but here 1 second. I am
It's like I'd rather use like Twitter or Instagram or like Snapchat or anything other than Facebook. They're just
got it. Okay. Okay, check
oh
your
my
phone.
goodness.
Check your phone.
Okay, all right, I got it. Oh, we should post this. Yeah, picture in the. Yeah, we'll post this in the chat thing, and then we'll be able to do it. I don't get this meme either.
Okay.
This is so
Thank God
dumb.
it's not just me. Dude, the people listening are probably like, these guys are retarded.
Dude, all right, we'll post this on the screen, and you can see. Jeez Louise, this is the most difficult like meme. It's so hard like not having you in here in person anymore.
Yeah, really. It's like it's hard to describe. Like, do you see why I was having trouble describing?
Yeah, it's like, oh, there's someone on the phone. It's like, oh, cool. Oh, this reminds me of those old memes. Like I told you, remember? What was the Icon has cheeseburger meme? That was an old one. Yeah, and there's the what was it? Because these are just old memes back before the internet was good. There was a hello, this is dog or something, and it's like a picture of a dog answering a phone or something.
That's so dumb.
All right, I guess you don't understand my memes either.
I guess not, man. But dude, I've seen like so many of these, and some of them just make me laugh because they look funny. But like,
Yeah.
I feel like there's like just a whole nother dimension to these that I'm just completely missing.
It might be. Maybe there's like something super deep and intelligent that you don't have a high enough IQ to understand.
I probably don't.
Yeah, that's your thing. You need to watch more Rick and Morty. Up your game, man.
Yeah. I mean, I watched a couple episodes. Like I'm so far behind on that, but like I watched a few episodes and it's like it's okay. I don't really get like the hardcore hype behind it that people give it.
That show is just so meh for me. Like season 1 was okay. Like for a season 1, like yeah, it's probably pretty good compared to other season 1s. Season 2 was actually good. I will say season 2 is good for as much as I don't like Rick and Morty. And season 3 is just so bad.
Do you
It's
really
like
not like it?
I just know it's like not entertaining to me.
Yeah. I mean,
Like I said,
that's
like
understandable. Like really it's not for everyone.
because you'll see in season 2 there's actually more of a storyline, and the ending to season 2 is one like the better endings I've seen just of any show. But season 3 is like they're like, oh, we're Rick and Morty. Yeah, we make dumb jokes. Wubba lubba dub dub. Like, yeah, exactly. And it's like they just take it too far, and it's like that's not funny. I don't find it funny. People do. I mean, good for them.
Yeah,
But
I feel like it's just one of those shows that I would need to watch with other people.
yeah, it's definitely not something that I would do.
I don't know. Like, then again, I'm the dude who loves Family Guy. Like, I think Family Guy is such a funny show. Like, I will watch that all day. Like, if you just keep giving me new episodes, I will just keep watching them. But I don't know. Like, I just can't get that into any other show. Another show I actually started watching recently that I'm like really far behind on as far as like everybody else is concerned.
Yeah.
But I started watching Breaking Bad.
Really?
Yeah, that's like an older one. Like,
Is it good? Is it like 40-minute episodes?
It's like the hour long TV slots, but so like 45-minute episodes or whatever. But honestly, not the worst show I've ever seen. Like, I don't think it deserves like the same level as like The Walking Dead, like people give it. But because people are like, oh yeah, this and The Walking Dead are like the two best shows to come out. Because didn't they come out around the same time? I think.
Yeah, I
don't
think
know.
so.
But they so people are like, oh no, this is better. But I think The Walking Dead is definitely better. Maybe it's just like because I'm me. I don't know.
I mean, at the very least, like Breaking Bad has an ending. The Walking Dead is forever.
Have you seen The Walking Dead or not? The Walking Dead.
I'm not caught up on The Walking Dead, but I hear that like the new seasons
Breaking
just
Bad.
get more and more ridiculous. I haven't seen Breaking Bad either.
No, you haven't. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like a little bit. You made it sound like you were, but I have been watching it. I just finished season 2 today, and there's like 5 seasons or something like that on Netflix.
Yeah.
Or something like that. So we're getting there, but not a bad show so far. Like it's pretty intense.
Yeah, I guess. John, I think the real question here is, should D-barrier be errated to include links?
Yes.
Ooh, why do you
should
say
be.
that?
Because like it makes no sense why links shouldn't be included. If this card came out after links were like put into the game, it would say links. It's just the fact that the card does not say links on it, that it doesn't include links.
Exactly. And it's like, I mean, I kind of enjoy that Harmonizing Magician has the same thing, that it's not listed for links. So it's only like, oh, you can only use this with Magicians for XE Synchro and Fusion, and that I can kind of like link it away for whatever with anything.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm all right with that. It's just, you remember the powerhouse of a card that D-barrier was? Like back in the day?
So good.
Holy crap. Like, oh, Invocation, Chain D-barrier, Fusion, that's the end of their turn. I mean, even now, like against Pendulums, you drop it on a Pendulum deck, that's the end of their turn. You drop it on a Zoo, that's the end of their turn. Like, if you're going against like any of these like Nightmare decks, you drop it, call links, that's the end of the turn.
Yeah. I mean, dude, that's why I main decked it at Nationals last year, because D-barrier was busted against Zoo. And I knew that I was going to play like all Zoo. So,
I mean, as annoying as that card is, like, I don't know. I liked it better than Evenly Matched. It's just, Evenly Matched is another mech card for me.
Bro, I'm sorry, I got distracted. I'm scrolling on Facebook now because I've given up, and I'm scrolling past another one of these like lady holding the cell phone memes, and I just don't know what it means.
I don't know what it means either.
Dude, I'm so sad.
You just need to be productive, man. I'm just scrolling through Reddit looking for like more ideas.
Wait a
and that's
sec.
honestly, yeah.
This one says #BBQ Becky.
Oh no, is that another meme?
I'm gonna Google that. BB.
Get out of here. That's disgusting.
Becky. Wait, hang on. All right, images.
Oh yeah, I typed in BBQ and that's the first thing that pops up.
Wait, hang on. Yeah, Becky.
Oh, BBQ Becky. Okay, she's the woman on the phone meme.
Yeah, that's what.
Okay,
so.
Oh, all right. So the people know what it is.
Okay, wait. Internet meme, SNL parody, everything you know about Oakland. What?
Dude, I think you're looking too far into this meme.
I am probably. I don't know, man. All right, so somebody hit me up and tell me about it. I don't know. Maybe we can ask somebody we know, but
yeah, DM John. He wants to talk to people.
DM
He's lonely.
me. But I got
what do you do with
like?
What do you do all day nowadays?
I mean, today I woke up and ate breakfast, and then did yard work for about 6 hours, and with a lunch break in between. And like, I mean, I did a total of 6 hours of yard work, but I had like a half hour for lunch.
Jeez, your dad's like working you like a legit.
Well, he doesn't make me. I just just did it. But and then after that, I don't know, just relaxed for a while, played some basketball.
Yeah, dude, 6 hours of yard work, like that must be pretty tough, having to, like, 10 the whole island.
10 the whole island, yeah. God.
Why don't you have one of your like servants do that for you?
Because it was their day off.
No, that's fair.
But
I guess.
No, just simple stuff. It wasn't bad. Just like mowing the lawn, trimming the edges. I had to spray weed killer everywhere, and that was cool.
How do you feel about the Invoked link coming out in Shadows of Valhalla?
I hope there's a showing at Nationals, honestly. Like, I like Invoked a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I just hope it gives them a little bit of something to do.
Well, that link comes out after Nationals.
Oh, is Shadows of Valhalla after?
Yeah, that's in August.
Oh. Yeah, I had my dates wrong. But I was thinking of the Battles of Legend whatever set.
Oh, man, that set will be really fun.
Yeah. Do you think we're going to get needle fiber in that?
That would be the craziest thing ever.
I really don't think we're going to get it.
I don't think we will either, but I want it to happen because I want to see the the chaos that is needle fiber the day before Nats.
Oh my god, I really don't want that to happen because like
I'm telling you, like every Walmart in 100-mile radius of that is
they
just gonna
will be
get bought out
the fuck out. Like it will be insane. But like I really don't think they'll give us that meta impacting of a card right before
the day
Nationals.
before Nats. Yeah, exactly. I don't think they will either, but I want it to happen.
I don't know. I really don't think it's gonna happen. But people,
It's more realistic than the I want needle fiber to be a prize card.
okay, more realistic than that, yes. But I really don't think that it's gonna happen just with the way that like printing new cards works. Like
Yeah.
the day before Nationals, I really don't think they'll do that.
They'll have some fun new cards. Like they'll have the Galaxy Eyes rank 8. That's basically the monster effect equivalent of Hope Harbinger, but like that's really it.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of how Battles of Legend was last year. Like Battles of Legend, the only like brand new cards to really like do anything as far as like the meta at the time was concerned, because like dinos were still a thing, and like Giant Rex and Double Evolution Pill came out brand new in that set. But like most of the set was impactful because of like and also the Zaphion, the Time Lord.
Oh yeah, that was a big one.
But like really, other than those three cards, there were no new cards that like impacted the meta at all. And one of the cards that I just mentioned was a side card, and the other two were only good in one deck. So like I really don't think that they'll release that meta impacting of a card as a first print in that set the day before Nationals. I really just don't think they'll do it. But I do think we could see some really good reprints again. Because like last year, that was the source of Minerva reprint, Omega reprint, Crystal Wing, like the list goes on. It was such
like
a good
up until
reprint
this
set.
last week, I would have said that's where Mechaba is getting reprinted.
Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't have been far past you on that one. Like
I thought that was so funny. Like this last week was just so silly. You were like, Bryce, should I get rid of my Invoke stuff? I think it might get reprinted. He's like, well, yeah, blah blah blah. If you like, was it Necros never got reprinted, so this probably won't. And then like a couple hours later,
it's later,
yeah, invoked reprints.
Yeah.
The thing that I'm looking forward to most is Secret Rare Alistair. That's all I need.
Secret Rare Alistair. Dude, I still think we should have gotten Ulti Alistair.
I think Ulti Alistair?
I think that
Invocation
cool.
looks so nice. So I was on that train for a while, but until I saw Ulti Invocation. That is a beautiful card.
Yeah, but I just think that like Alistair got the lower rarity like initially, so it should have gotten the higher rarity in the long run. I don't know. I think Ulti Alistair would have been really cool.
I mean, I agree with you. I think Alistair should be like at least secret just to kind of match the shininess of the deck, but I'm not complaining about Ulti Invocation just because.
Oh, definitely not complaining.
Yeah,
I still haven't owned
card.
any of those.
Oh, man.
I have 3
I need to dump my Invoke stuff. Are you not selling it to your friend?
I am selling it.
Dude,
assuming he
mine.
like actually buys it.
I mean, I'll just sell mine online, but man.
Yeah. Honestly, if he wasn't gonna buy it, I'd probably I'd trade it towards stuff I need first, but I still need another impermanence.
Oh, I need a single impermanence to begin with. If I'm playing Altergeist, I'm borrowing Bryce's playset.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, for Altergeist, that's mandatory 3 of.
Exactly. But there were some top 16 deck lists at Hartford that only used 2. But, I mean, honestly, that might have been like just because they couldn't get their hands on a third or something like that.
Well, either that or, I mean, when you're playing a deck that isn't Altergeist, I really don't think it's a mandatory 3 of, because like Valor's just as good, honestly.
Well, I'm saying like some Altergeist decks were only playing 2.
Some Altergeist decks were only playing 2?
Yeah, exactly. That's weird.
That is actually interesting. Like, I really don't see much of a reason to play. I guess unless like space is really that tight. But like first turn, impermanence plus Multivacor's so good.
Yeah, and it's exactly like with Magicians. Back whenever the support first came out, a lot of people were only playing like 1 to 2 Astrograph. No one ever played it 3 of, even though it was a free +1 and a body on board.
Yeah. That is hard to believe. No one playing Astrograph, or like people playing less than 3.
Yeah.
That is very hard to believe.
After you've been traumatized so much. And I've always played 3 because I like the card. I always thought it looked cool too. And so you've always had to deal with, I think I'm attacking for game. It's like Ashgraph out of nowhere.
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
That's how it
man.
feels. That's how it feels whenever you just drop a snow in the battle phase. Just so
But
you
at
know.
least you know I have snow.
Dude, but whenever wasn't Max Seed legal at some point? I Max Seed you and drew into an Ashgraph because you were like, I'll take the challenge.
Ugh. Don't want to talk about it.
Oh, Max Seed is such a disgusting card. I'm also glad that card's gone.
Yeah. What do you think about like it ever coming to 3? Would you be happy or sad about that?
I'd be sad about it. I mean, at this rate, it's just the game is too fast. Maxi will like always be live unless they make another stun deck like Draco. And it's just
Yeah.
like,
I don't know. I mean, that card is just like such a dumb card. Like it's so weird how it survived for so freaking long.
yeah.
Like, even through like really heavy specialing formats, like a Dragon Ruler format, it was at 3. Like
It's just Link spam push it over the top because now every deck is special summoning with Links, and at this point, like I said, that card's just always gonna be live.
yeah. Oh man.
But I don't know. I mean, I'm fine with it. The thing I'm not fine with is that they didn't reprint Unizombie and Dark Saviors.
Oh, how upset do you think I am, dude? I really don't think there could have been a better time. Like they've had so many good opportunities. I'm still
like
salty
all
about
these
the
OTS packs and stuff.
I'm
Yeah.
still salty about the was it OTS
7,
something?
6.
It was something like that where they reprinted it was originally printed as a common and it gets reprinted as a common
as
in
another
an
common.
OTS
Yeah.
pack. I was so pissed. Oh my god, like they've had so many perfect opportunities to reprint it in a hollow form, even if it's just a super. I don't care as long as it's not like a gold or something. I don't want that gross rate. I'll play a common over that.
Yeah.
But I just want it in some way, shape, or form.
Exactly. Like it's such a good card. It's a staple of every single zombie deck. I don't get why it's only available as a common.
Yeah, really. It's such a good card, man.
Well, actually, now that you mention it, speaking of gold, do you think that we'll ever get another gold set?
I don't think so. Like, what's the last one we got? Like the movie pack?
Yeah, the movie pack that was reprinted as gold.
Oh, I really don't think we will. Because, like, the more times that they print gold, they, like, add something more sparkly to it. And it just looks more tacky. So
That's just the thing is, like, I think at some point they just realize that not a lot of people like gold.
yeah, I think they need to realize that. Like, there's some people who like gold, but I don't agree with you.
Yeah, because gold used to be the reprint set. Like, when I first got into this game, I was, like, buying gold packs left and right.
Oh, yeah,
picking
I used
stuff
to
up.
do the same thing. Like, just because it was where all the good reprints were. So, like, it was your
Oh,
best
but thank
probability
goodness, yeah.
of, like, getting the good cards. But I'm glad that they're doing more things like Battles of Legend. Like, they really hit the nail on the head with the Battles of Legend sets.
Exactly, like the Ultra. And another rarity I want to see reprinted more, 2 rarities. One of them you like and one of them you won't like, is Platinum. I want to see more Platinum. And I want to see more of that parallel rare like in Dusa.
Yeah, more I feel like if they do the parallel rare, it should be more along the lines of, like, the prismatic secret rares.
Yeah.
Because, like, those look nice as hell, like World Superstars.
Oh, you're right. I'm so mad. I wish we would do more prismatic secrets. That's ridiculous.
If they do more of those, so help me God. I love that rarity. Like,
Yeah, like my prismatic secret Blaze Man just looks so good. Like Galaxy Soldier just looks so good.
yeah, they look amazing. Like, the parallel rare ultras are okay. They just look a little cheap. I don't know. Like, they could look better is my point, I guess. But then I mean, platinums, some people like platinums. I can, at least with platinums as compared to golds, like, I can see where you're coming from when you say that you like them.
Yeah.
Like, with golds, I just don't understand how any human being can give that the light of day. But
right, Justin over here.
oh, Justin over there was like, "Oh, the early golds are good, dude. Yeah, they're still
No.
gold, bro."
He's like, it's like I max rarity'd my goat deck and
yeah, no,
everything's gold.
no, you didn't max rarity. The difference is your max rarity goat deck is worth $45.
Yeah, exactly. It's just but I mean, like Platinum just looks good. Platinum Secret is disgusting. I will not take that.
Oh, that
It's-
shit's gross.
There's no reason the card should be shiny everywhere. But platinum itself, I kind of like that it's darker. It just looks cooler to me.
Yeah, it is neat. I'll give you that. Like it's a different rarity. I love how they did it once though, and then like never again.
I know. I was so mad.
Dude, the Noble Knight players out there that like platinum rares must have creamed their pants.
Is Merlin platinum?
Yeah.
Okay, because that's like one of their good cards.
Yeah, the deck that has all the support they could ever ask for or dream for, yet still has never done a damn thing.
Oh, do you remember back in the day when people were like, "Yeah, I think Burning Abyss is gonna get a box set next because Noble Knight's got one."
I never heard people say that.
Oh, people used to say that because that was back when they're like, "Oh, box sets. That's just for TCG exclusives, I guess."
They should have done more like box sets like that. I think that'd have been cool.
If you could make a box set for any archetype, which one do you think would be the best one?
Ooh, I mean, I can't really say my deck just because like it's not really an archetype. It's more like a mashup.
Yeah.
Archetype that would be cool.
I think Magician would make a good one just because there's so much support for it.
Yeah, I guess I can kind of see where you're coming from with that, but I think a really cool one would be Yang Zing.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Dude, I think Yang Zing would be awesome, but that's just me, you know.
Oh, Yang Zing just got screwed so hard. Like it's just so different how like the game is nowadays with Ash gone, or with Ash available. Like you Jow 2, discard 2, and chances are you're getting ashed.
Yeah.
You're getting hit with Ash or Impermanence.
It's not a happy time, man. Or Valor. Like, any form of disruption. Like, the game has just evolved past Yang Zing, and it makes me sad.
Yeah. Like, you were always weak to Valor, but now you have another 2 sets of hand traps that do the same thing and just GG.
Yeah. It's not a good time for Yang Zing players right now.
It's not been a good time since
like
Links were introduced.
Open season, bro.
How depressed were you whenever like Links came out and you're like, oh crap, there goes MYZ. Yang Zing.
I mean, it was sad, but it's like at the same time I was just getting like 60 card put together. Like I put it together at Nationals right before Links. And then when the deck came out, when Links came out, I was like, kind of want to just like keep playing this and put MYZ down for a little bit.
No, I don't think you put it down. The ban list put it down.
Well, the ban list put it, like, I was going to pick it back. I set it to the side for a minute because, like, I was like, I got to figure out, like, how the build is going to change. But right now I want to play 60 card. And then they banned Dinglong, and I was, like, really, really sad about it. But.
No, man. Dinglong didn't deserve it.
Right?
Yeah, let's pour one out for him. I think we could have him at 1.
Right? Thank you. Someone finally agrees with me. I think that he could be at 1 right now, and nothing would be changed because we don't have Needle Fiber yet. But honestly, once we get Needle Fiber, I think that Dinglong would become a little bit of a problem. But then again, it's Needle Fiber that would be the problem. So
yeah, I mean Zephyr's pretty good. They would make good use of Dinglong.
Zephyr's good, dude. If Dinglong was at 1, I'd probably play Zephyr. I'm not even gonna lie. Like Zephyr's pretty cool.
Really? I just can't get behind their playstyle. I don't know. Zephyr just doesn't seem as fun to me as other Pendulum decks.
I just like the fact that I can play some Yang Zings in it.
Yeah, because like it's a combo deck still, but it ends on like traps and stuff like that, and searching your hand traps, and
it's different.
I don't know. It's not as fun. Like I mean, yeah, Magicians end on negates, but it's different, you know.
Yeah. I hear you. It's a little bit different of a play style, but I think it's kind of cool just because like I love Zephrania from playing Yang Zings for so long. And that's like their best card, that and Zephyrath.
So if you could bring any deck back, like from any older format, like could be anything, like by giving them new monsters, new links, new spells, traps, whatever, to like basically make them tier 1 to tier 2, whatever, in like modern day format, which deck would you bring back?
I mean, can I bring Grass to 3?
No. Just like an older deck. So for example, I would try to bring, like, I would want Cosmo to be back. If Cosmo were somehow like playable in modern day format, I think that'd be really fun. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, I mean it'd be cool if Yang Zings could come back a little bit. One deck that's like really random that I played for a while, like right around the time when like it was like Monarchs, BAPK, and like Cosmo and stuff. That was like the format.
Yeah,
and like Cleatomides and stuff. They one deck I really, really liked messing around with was Kawaki Mirus.
Oh, that's gross. That's disgusting.
Bro, how is that disgusting? It was such a fun deck. It was
Have
literally.
you looked at the cards? Like, it's literally disgusting. They look ugly.
Dude, you're ugly. But like they played like it was literally a rank 4 deck that came out in the synchro era. Is literally what it was. Because the cards came out, like the best cards came out in Absolute Power Force and stuff like that. So like prime synchro era, and they just didn't, and they just like couldn't function because like if they're a synchro archetype and they don't have like a good tuner.
Yeah, exactly.
Like they didn't have like they don't have any like archetype specific extra deck stuff to my knowledge anyway. I don't think there's anything. But basically just like not a synchro deck whatsoever. But once they were like in XCs, like they were a good like rank 4 spam deck and they were fun. But I really liked the deck. Plus they had a bunch of ultimate rares.
Oh, yeah, that's always a bonus whenever you're building a deck.
And also you can bring out Drago, and we were in like I said, Monarch and Cosmo and whatnot. So like all light and dark meta, and I was playing that, and Drago literally just says like light and dark monsters can't be special summoned.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
So like I mean, it was pretty good. Like you actually were able to win some matches. But I think that if they gave Quackimira's a link monster, that'd be pretty boss.
Mm-hmm. I mean, so Dragon was something that Blue Eyes played a lot because you had to reveal either a Quackimira or a dragon, right?
Yeah, it was so easy for the Blue Eyes to splash it in because like they just side it in the mirror, and it's like you drop that, and they literally didn't have an out. Like
Yeah, exactly.
they would like normal Sage, and grab their Veiler or whatever. I don't know. But it's like GG.
Exactly. I mean, that's just Blue Eyes has so many like cards that are broken on paper. Like on paper,
On
they should be able
paper,
to
Blue
summon.
Eyes
Yeah,
is broken. But
it's like all right, let's summon Goliath, the Morphage Goliath every turn, and it's like oh, Mandy's Fiend.
yeah, seriously.
It's not that simple. Sometimes you open up just nothing but level 8 monsters and no trade-ins.
Yeah, seriously. That's the same way like Dark Lords worked. It's like, I mean, Dark Lords were I think a little bit more consistent than Blue Eyes, but
But they're not as fun.
I disagree.
What's so fun about draw,
Dude.
summon Mandy's pass?
I mean, well, you can play it differently though. Like, there's other plays in the deck.
But there's like it's just not a fun deck.
I think it is. I think it's a fun deck. Like,
I
not
think-
so much like the dropping vanities. Like, that's like just kind of a cuck. But that's like what makes it competitive. Like, if you're just playing Dark Lord, if you take vanities completely out of the equation, like copying the spells and traps and like using that like to your advantage and stuff, like I think that's really fun.
Yeah. Actually, John, what was the first deck, like your first competitive deck that you built?
6 Samurais.
Oh, that's old school. Did you build them when they were like tier 1?
No, I wasn't playing in the game then, but I was. It was like the only thing hitting the deck was Shien was at 1, the synchro, and then Gateway was at 1, and then Gateway got banned, and I was like crying. But
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Guess we'll play something else now.
and then I built like nerfed Inzectors because I thought they looked cool. For a while. What else did I build? I built back then my first like legitimate like meta deck that I tried to like get into competitive play with. Like 6 Samurais was my first deck that like could compete with the meta. But my first like deck that I ever took to a locals or anything was Evil Swarm.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Yeah, I built Evil Swarm.
Oh,
like
no.
dropped some fat stacks on it too. Like however old I was I like 13 or something like that?
Yeah, to go
And-
counter the dragon rulers.
Yeah, I was like, I was older than that. I was like 15, something like that. And yeah, I just built Evil Swarm and took it to a locals. Topped my first locals though. It was pretty exciting.
Did I ever tell you my first deck that I ever built?
It was a Heroes.
So my first actual competitive deck was it was Heroes, and it did fine. But my first deck that I've ever the first physical cards I ever owned outside of my childhood. So back in the day, whenever Dueling Network was a thing, Cole and I would just goof around on there and play cards. And I was like, you know what? I want to buy some cards in real life. And the first deck I built was UA.
Ooh, Ultra Athletes, man.
Yeah, just because it was like $30 for the entire deck, and I was like, you know what? I might like this game, so I'll drop 30 on it, I guess.
That deck looks a little fun.
Yeah,
Like,
it's been a slippery slope since then in terms of buying cards.
yeah, slippery slope, man. But yeah, I built Evil Swarms. I had one of my favorite. Ooh, I wish this deck would come back. Yugioh Curry.
Oh gosh, that's disgusting. There
Oh
used to be
my
some really fun
God.
combos prior to Links that you
Bruh,
could do.
that deck was so much fun. I miss that deck so much. I actually like completely forget about it until now, like how much.
Did
I
you do
love
like
that deck.
the wombo combos where you special and then you like draw 5 cards or something?
There was a couple of combos where you drew quite a bit of cards, but like it wasn't as much as like it was more of an OTK than anything. But
Yeah.
like it wasn't so much building an unbreakable board, it was really just trying to OTK. Like you main decked Trap Stun, that's how like OTK.
Oh, I remember when that card used to be decent.
Yeah. It
Oh,
really
you're
was.
bringing me back to the good old
Dude,
days.
these are the good old days, man. But like, oh man, I miss like Yugioh. Man, I played a bunch of decks.
Oh man.
Lightsworn Dragon Rulers was fun.
Do you remember whenever breakthrough skill was like considered a staple? It was like, oh yeah, you need more space, just slap some MSTs and a breakthrough skill in there, and you'll call it good.
Broken.
Oh my goodness, I miss the good old simple days of deck building.
Right.
Before you had to slap like 12 hand traps in a deck.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, another deck that I played, probably the most like one of the most degenerate things I ever played, but at the same time, like it was really, really fun, was Hero Gate, but it had the Electrum OTK.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
Did I ever tell you about that? Yeah.
I think you did.
Shout out to Robert Boyage, and he works for Konami now, but he used to be a really good player, and he was a writer for Core TCG, and like for their like journal, whatever, he wrote like articles for them, and he got top 16 at YCS Austin, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Austin, Texas, in like 2013 or 2014 or something like that, and with Electrum OTK, and
Oh, that's goofy.
the shit was the craziest thing ever. All you needed was to have Fusion Gate up and resolve the trap card Chain Material, and you could OTK them.
Gosh,
It was crazy.
Man, I miss building jank decks. My favorite one I ever built was I built just a random like hero deck with the leftovers of like the Hero Strike starter deck, and I was like, oh, maybe in case like somebody who's like not into Yu-Gi-Oh and like doesn't know anything about the men just slaps their favorite 40 cards together. I could build a deck that was kind of on a lower power level to play, and I'd never met anybody like that.
Dude, that
deck
would
was
be actually
so
pretty
fun. It's like because my other buddy Casey. Like, you remember, like, his decks were so bad, but they're so fun because they're on the same power level. It's like, oh, whenever you do something good in the deck, you just feel so much better because
like you don't
the deck
do that
doesn't do anything. Yeah.
You only do that every once in a while, but
I'm gonna do that whenever we're done with this. I'm gonna go build like a random jank hero deck. I need to find my old cards.
you play like Avian.
Oh man, he won't even know what's coming for him.
Oh man,
Drop the King of the Swamp, but. Yeah, man. I mean, this was fun, but it looks like we're nearing that time, Johnny.
Yeah, we are. We've
Yo,
gone
you
longer
really
than I
need to,
thought.
We really need to find a name for this podcast.
We will think of it, and I don't know. We'll think, I guess. I
guess, yeah. So, all right. You have anything else you want to say?
I don't think so.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for watching. Whatever this is called, it's called that. I guess we'll catch you next week. We'll try to keep doing this. Mondays, Tuesdays, whichever days work best for us. Let's do it, Johnny.
Definitely.
All right. Bye.
Peace.